Welcome to the SubZero team. We look forward to working with you and making you feel at home at SubZero as you learn to help our customers feel at home. As you already know, SubZero has the best ice cream and frozen yogurt in the world. But our customers come to SubZero for more than just the quality of the ice cream. They come for the experience. And you are a critical part of creating a great experience for our customers. To paraphrase Howard Schultz, we are not in the ice cream business serving people. We're in the people business serving ice cream. Always remember, customers come first. A smile is the most important part of your uniform. Wear it always. You are selected as part of the SubZero team because we are confident that you have the ability to create a positive experience for every customer. With training, you'll be receiving the learning and understanding to work with liquid nitrogen to create the best ice cream ever, as well as many other facets of the business. But even more important than this, than the technical training, is remembering that the customer always comes first. Right, now we're going to work on making the ice cream itself and taking the order. The first part is taking the order. We first want to find out if a customer, if it's the first time that they've been here, we want to know that and help them guide them through the process. And so we'd simply, welcome to SubZero, great to have you here. Is this your first time here? If yes, then we want to let them know the process, that after they select the size, that they next choose the ice cream base up here on step 2. Whether they want premium ice cream, low-fat ice cream, custard style, non-fat yogurt, lactose-free, sugar-free, that they can have whatever they want. And then we let them know that we have our sensation menu. They can choose a sensation, which is a pre-designed ice cream, or they can design their own ice cream. We have more than 50 flavors, more than 30 mix-ins. Share that with them. Suppose that they want to get a small low-fat ice cream. A small ice cream is 6 ounces, a medium is 8 ounces, a large is 10 ounces. And so you'll pour that amount of base into the measuring cup right here. So we're going to do a 6 ounce, which is a small, low-fat ice cream. We're going to do a strawberry with strawberry mix-in. With most of the ice creams in the pump bottles, you'll do a little more than 1 pump for a small, about 1.5 pumps for a small, 2 pumps for a medium or a large. There's a few exceptions to that, and with experience you'll learn those. Then we'll put the strawberries in. For a small, it'd just be a small scoop of strawberries. For a medium or a large, it'd be a very heaping scoop. And then we bring it over here to get ready to freeze it. We give it a quick stir to mix the flavors in. And then in the case of berries or any of the fruit, you want to mash up the fruit just a little bit. Give it a stir, and then we find out what their chill factor is, whether they want the teeth tingler, which is like soft serve, the numb tongue, like regular scoop ice cream, the brain freeze, which is hard and crumbly. The motion that we use after it goes in is like this. We're going along the side of the bowl and turning it in. Once we start freezing, you won't be able to see that motion very well, but this is the motion. Now we'll go ahead and start freezing the ice cream. And here, we freeze the ice cream right here. All right. Okay, and this ice cream here, this is about a teeth tingler here, more like soft serve. We bring it over here to the release bowl. There's water in the bottom bowl here. The purpose of the water is to release the frozen ice cream off that's frozen onto this bowl, to release it off. And then immediately we bring it over to this next bowl and we go ahead and we scoop the ice cream. Remember that once again, people are coming not only for the ice cream but for the experience, and so you want to be interacting with the customers. You know, while you're freezing it, especially if it's their first time here, letting them know a little bit about liquid nitrogen that is 321 degrees below 0 Fahrenheit. You know, share with them about how our ice cream is different than others, but be continually interacting. And here we have the finished ice cream. we're going to go through the process one more time, this with a customer. So, and I will be doing just like we would do with a regular customer. So, welcome to SubZero. How are you doing today?
Great, how are you?
I am doing wonderfully. You ready for something delicious?
Yes.
All right, and what would you like today?
I'll have a small mocha with a low-fat base.
Small mocha with low fat. So here we're pouring a small, which is 6 ounces of low fat. Just put the cup over in another bowl to keep the counter clean. Mocha is one of our weaker flavors. We actually do about 4 pumps of mocha. And then with Oreo is what you'd requested, right?
Yes.
With these, about a level scoop on the Oreo. Once again, would be a heaping scoop. It was a premium. And then we'll bring it on down here. And what is your chill factor? How hard would you like it?
I'll do brain freeze.
Brain freeze. Now, brain freeze is going to be hard and crumbly. It's so hard you can actually pick it up with your fingers. So cold you want to take small bites so it doesn't stick to your tongue. Make sure that you let customers know what brain freeze is like. And then with brain freeze, we do a different freezing technique than with the others. With others, with the numb tongue and the teeth tingler, we start working the ice cream as soon as the nitrogen starts going in. With brain freeze, we put nitrogen in first, let it start freezing before we start working it. And so we'll go ahead and hit it, turn the bowl a little bit, add a little bit more nitrogen, and it's forming a thick crust on top of the ice cream. Then we start turning it. This is going to require a little bit more nitrogen. It requires a lot more nitrogen for the brain freeze. Once again, be interacting with the customer. One of the things that makes SubZero ice cream different than other ice cream is with the flash freezing. It freezes so fast, ice crystals don't have time to grow. So smoother and creamier than any other ice cream. And brain freeze is the only ice cream that rattles. Once again, bring it over to the release bowl with the water. Scrape the sides to release the frozen ice cream off of the sides. And then with brain freeze, about doubles in size. And so with even though it's a small brain freeze, we need to put it in a large cup. A medium or large brain freeze, we'd actually be putting in one of these quart double large cups. And here we have it. And enjoy. Remember, small bites.
Okay.
Now we're going to be working on making shakes. With the shake, we first make the ice cream, and then we turn it into a shake. With the ice cream, they once again get to choose whether they want low-fat, premium, custard, yogurt, lactose-free, whatever they want. Then we pour in 12 ounces of the ice cream base. 12 ounces of ice cream base into the bowl. This is going to be a chocolate shake with Oreo mix in. Now the chocolate, you need to go heavier because this is actually going to make a 20-ounce shake. And so with the flavors, you need to go heavier. If we were using the flavors from the pump bottle, with most things, instead of 2 squirts for a large, you're going to actually be using about 4 squirts for the shake. And then this is going to have an Oreo mix in, a big heaping. That wasn't very heaping, so plenty of Oreo in here. And then also in the blender, we will add about 4 to 6 ounces of milk. 4 to 6 ounces of milk. And then to use it as a thickening agent, make a little thicker shake. We have the powder that we make our lactose-free base out of. We add 2 scoops of it. This adds more body to the shake. We'll just set the blender back here ready to go. And then we go ahead and freeze the ice cream, just like what we'd freeze regular ice cream. We freeze it to a kind of a firm numb tongue consistency. Almost have it there. All right, and the ice cream is frozen. Loosen it up here. Need to put a little bit more water in the bowl right now. And then we will go ahead and transfer the ice cream into the blender. Shakes require more work than any of our other regular menu items. So, because first you got to make the ice cream and then we need to turn it into a shake. Once again, if the customer is right here in front of us, we want to make sure that we're engaging the customers, talking to them, not only talking about what SubZero is, but engaging the customer, asking them questions. You know, letting, asking them about work or family or whatever. One of my favorite questions to ask is if they've said where they work, you can ask them, what do you like best about working there? And get them talking about themselves. All right, so we'll bring the blender back to the lid on it, and we will blend this. Hit the number 5 right here. All right, okay, the blender is stopped. It's not blended all the way, and so we give it a tap on the corner to get it to go down to where the blender blades can hit it again, and then hit the pulse button. Typically, it'll take a couple of times like that for it to get blended up all the way good. When you see that it's actually moving through the blender is when you know that the shake is done. So now the shake is done. We pour it into one of our clear cold cups here. And then we will find out if they want whipped cream on it or not. Or earlier we should have actually done that. Put the lid on it. If they want whipped cream on it, you add it to it. And in this case, no whipped cream. And here the shake is ready to go. All right. With smoothies, we make them a bit different than the other things. We don't use liquid nitrogen with the smoothies. It's made more a traditional method. For a smoothie, we would first take one of our cold cups. We fill it completely full with ice. Pour it into the blender. And then our smoothie base, we're doing a strawberry smoothie right here. This is a 2-ounce cup. We'll fill it not quite full, so about, probably 4/5 of the way full with the smoothie base. Put it in. And then we top it off the rest of the way with our lactose-free. So it'll be basically a dairy-free smoothie. And we fill it up to the 20-ounce mark. The 20-ounce mark right here. Put the lid on. Smoothies are quick and easy to make. Put it in the blender. Hit the number 5. That blends it for about 40 seconds. And we have a finished smoothie right here. All right. The final part of the sales process is the POS system, paying for the order. And we're going to walk through the POS system. We have a system that's on the iPad. To ring people up, you'll first just enter in what they have. For example, if it's a small ice cream and a large ice cream and maybe an extra mix-in, and then you can go up and down the menu like this. Suppose they also got a steamer. Okay, and so here it shows everything that they have. If you need to increase the number of things, for example, a second steamer, you can either do it right here, or I just hit a medium steamer. If we want to get rid of that, just swipe to the right and we can delete anything. If we want to increase or decrease the number of something, if they got an extra small ice cream, we can hit the plus sign right here, and it increases or decreases the number of it. Okay, and then we have a loyalty program called Blazonology. With Blazonology, it's tracked by the cell phone number. And so we would simply ask if it was a new customer. We would ask, are you a member of our loyalty program? If they're not, simply ask, would you like to get credit for your purchase today? What is your telephone number? We enter the telephone number in right here. Let's go ahead and enter a number here. Okay, and then when we hit tender, right here a small demographic screen will come up. You know, it will ask male, female, teen, and the age by decade, also married, military, has kids. Now you don't ask them any of those questions. Obviously you can just use your own powers of deduction. Suppose it's the male. He looks like he's about in his 30s. And he's here with his wife, so he must be married, and he has some little ones with him, so it looks like he has some kids. So go ahead and just put the appropriate demographics in. And then you'll go ahead and find out the form of payment. This is a total of $24. If they hand you a credit card, what you'll be doing is you'll be hitting full right here to show the full amount, and then you'll be swiping the credit card here. Obviously we don't want to process this. Normally you just hit the credit card, but we're not going to be processing this since it's not a real order. And so we'll just hit cancel right here. On the other hand, suppose that they came in and they have a gift certificate. Here's our gift certificate in the amount of $5. Take a quick look at the gift certificate and make sure that it hasn't been redeemed. And then as form of payment, once again hit tender, form of payment, or you put in it's $5, and then manual or paper gift card, hit gift card, and it shows that part. It reduces it down to $19, and then they can pay for the $19 once again with cash or a credit card, however they want. Suppose that they're paying cash and they give you a $20 bill. Simply hit the 20 right here. It shows you that the change is $1. And so you'll go ahead and hit cash for the transaction, give them the $1. Okay, let's cancel this once again. Cancel this out once again. Suppose that they have a free ice cream certificate. This is one kid's ice cream free. Let's just start with a new transaction here. Suppose it's a mom and her child come in and they get a couple of ice cream, the kid's ice cream, and they get a medium ice cream. With the free ice cream, it's the kid's ice cream, you touch that item here. And this discount screen will come up. Touch on discount. It's a free ice cream, so you can do discount by percentage, dollars off, set the price or promotion. Here, go ahead, it's by percentage, and so show it as a 100% discount. And here it shows that kid size ice cream is now 100% discount, and that is their total. Okay. On the other hand, let's get rid of of this, put something else on, and say a large, and suppose that they come in with a buy one, get one free. This one is you get a free ice cream when you get another one of an equal or greater value. Once again, in this case, the equal or greater value is the large, and so the free one would be the medium. Touch medium. Once again, 100% discount. And you have it taken care of. Okay. Suppose that instead of a buy one, get one free or 100% discount, suppose they came in with a $1 off coupon. Let's just go here with a large ice cream, but they give you a $1 off coupon. Once again, touch discount. Now here, you do the $1 discount right here, and a $1 off. And here it'll change the price from $5.90 down to $4.81 because it's discounting both the $1 off and the tax. We are also members of a barter exchange. It's called Saturn Barter. With Saturn Barter, we fill out this slip here. Suppose that they have, a $22.40 order. What we will do is we will fill this out. They'll give you a Saturn Barter card. It'll have their company name, and it will also have their Saturn Barter number on it. You will fill this out. They're getting 1, 2, 3, 4 ice creams. You don't need to have the details, just the 4 ice creams. Put the date. It's very important that you put the date. And then the company name. The company name will be on the card. Let's see here. I should have had this out already. Here's my Saturn Barter card. The company name will be here. Obviously, SubZero Ice Cream isn't going to be buying something SubZero Ice Cream, but let's suppose that it is XYZ Company. You put that in, and the Saturn Barter number that is right here, you'll write that number right across here, and then they will sign it. And you put what the total is down here, so $22.40. Once again, it doesn't need to be all broken down here, but you need the total $22.40, and then they sign it. We keep the white copy, they take the yellow copy. Give the yellow copy to the customer. And then with this transaction, it doesn't go into the POS system, and so we will just delete the transaction afterwards by putting on, touching new order. And then that transaction is completely taken care of. And then this will go into the cash drawer. Just put it underneath in the cash drawer. That is the basics of the POS system. Put the item in, the form of payment, the loyalty number, the demographics for the loyalty, and those are the basics. Okay. A couple more items with the POS system. One is we don't take American Express. We take any other credit card, but not American Express. If they don't have anything else, any other way to pay, we're physically able to take American Express. Last resort, we can do it, but just don't. Okay. Next, suppose that they want to add a tip to the credit card. So here we have an order here, and so $15.51. We put in the loyalty rewards already, and it's going to be paid with a credit card. We swipe the card. First off, if the card does not swipe, we can come over here, swipe it over on this external reader. If we swipe it on the external reader, we need to key in the amount that it is for. And after it's keyed in and it processes it, then we come back over here and touch external credit card device and then show what type of card it was. So that's the way it is done there. We're just going to cancel this since it wasn't actually done. Now, sometimes the card reader can be kind of contrary, like what it's doing right now. It's probably good that it's doing it so that you can see that it's sometimes doesn't cooperate very well. There, it read the card. Okay, so we'll go ahead, we'll process this card. The receipt will print out. You ask if they'd like the receipt, you give them the receipt. Suppose that they want to add a tip onto the credit card. They would go ahead, they would add, let's see, a $2 tip here, and that brings the total to $17.51, and they sign it and they hand it back to you. We need to add that $2 tip onto so that it actually processes with the card, because right now just the base amount processed, not the $2 tip. And so we'll call up the history. The history is the bottom right-hand button. We go to this transaction. We touch Add Tip. And then here where it says Tip, we will add a $2 tip. Okay. And then at this point, after that's added, you would take $2 out of the till and put it in the tip jar. If you do not add the tip here, if you do not add it onto the POS system, you don't take anything out of the till and put it in the tip jar, because it is not processing with a credit card. One thing that's very important to remember. And I think that should be it for now. We go through a whole lot of bowls. Every ice cream that's made dirties one of our stainless steel bowls, and so all of those need to be washed. And after a busy Friday or Saturday night, we will have huge stacks of bowls that need to be washed, plus all the other dishes that need to be washed as well. They all end up with a little bit of ice cream residue in them, and if we were to wash them without rinsing them first, after washing about 5 bowls, the dishwater is going to be filthy. And so we need to do a pre-rinse on all of the bowls. And so what we will do is, suppose there's a big stack of bowls here, we'll take a part of them, put them in this middle sink, and we will start doing a quick rinse on them. Just a quick rinse, stack them back up over here. Just takes a couple of seconds to rinse each one. After all of them are rinsed, then we'll actually start the washing procedure. We'll go ahead and rinse the other items too, blenders, anything else that needs to be pre-rinsed, and then stack them all up, ready for the wash. Then for the wash, with the 3-compartment sink, we wash, rinse, and sanitize. And so with the wash, put the plug in, and then this puts soapy water into the wash sink. We will go ahead and put water in the rinse sink. With the rinse sink, simply turn on the water here, and then the sanitize sink. We run the sanitizer right here also, and so we fill all 3 sinks. Okay. We now have the sinks full with the wash water, the rinse water, and the sanitizer water. And so we'll go ahead to set it up a little more sudsy than what it normally does. Wash the bowl thoroughly, rinse it, then the sanitizer, and onto the end. If you're doing a bunch, you can, whatever technique works for you, whether you want to put a bunch of them in the rinse water and then transfer them over to the sanitizer and onto the end board, that is up to you. That needs to be washed, rinsed, and sanitized. bowls, I found that it's easiest to put them upside down there. That way they drain out some while you're doing it. As I said, at the end of the day, you may have sometimes 300 or 400 bowls to wash, rinse, and sanitize. And so it's best if you're able to keep up with the rinsing process and during the day, and if when possible, have them all the way washed during the day too, so that helps people getting out real late at night. So we have all of these done, and then when you have a big stack of bowls, if it's going to fill up both dry racks, you put them up on the top rack first, and then on the bottom rack, so that you don't, if you put it on the bottom rack first and then the top rack, you might have the bottom rack almost dry and then you're putting wet bowls up and you're getting them wet again. We just have a few bowls right now, so we can go ahead and put them back here on the rack. Put them all just one spot apart. And that is the basics of washing a SubZero. And then get the bowls washed, then get everything else washed, all the scoops, cups, everything else, put them here in front of the bowls. And that's how you wash, rinse, and sanitize. So pre-wash, then wash, rinse, sanitize. We've covered some of the basics of the training. There's still more for you to learn, but this is some of the basics. One of the key things is if you have a question, ask. Ask me, ask another supervisor, ask a senior staff member, so that you can learn how to do everything at SubZero well, do it efficiently. Once again, the number one thing is to remember we're in the people business serving ice cream. Always remember the customer comes first. Do that,